Hello, welcome to this awesome live stream from TVR Creators. I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators or for people or those of you out there that just want your next camera. If that sounds interesting to you, like and subscribe. And let's crack on. Rosie, director over there, with this week's value. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some awesome cameras. We're going to talk about cameras like the R50, the R50v, possibly even the M50, the GoPro, even the DJI Pocket 3 I'm talking about today. I'm just going to go over some of these cameras and discuss with you why you might want to check out these cameras and so much more. And feel free to ask your questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And let's see if I can turn off the sound so I can't hear myself. And if there's any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. What's going on here? Oh, we're having some trouble with the tracker. Hello, tracker. What's going on? Hey, bring me back, camera. I don't know what happened there. The camera did not like that at all. So, the first camera we're going to talk about today is one of my favorite cameras. It's the Canon R50. The reason we're going to start with this is a great mirrorless camera, 22 megapixel camera, absolutely great camera from Canon. Has interchangeable lenses. It usually comes with a kit lens, which is 18 to 45 mil, which is great for taking photos and filming. But today I'm going to concentrate more on video. So you want to take off that lens cap so you can see the camera and that sort of jazz. These cameras are really nice. They sort of feel professional, they look professional, and they do everything you need to do. Now, this particular camera records in HD and in 4K, which is really nice. Has a nice touch screen, which is really cool. And I would just bear in mind that you can face it both ways, which is really nifty. And if you're attaching a microphone to this camera, I tend to just make sure that the screen's out of the way when plugging in the jack into your camera. Just a little power tip there, because you don't want to damage the cable of your microphone or your camera in any way. Now, some of the things you might want to think about when buying your next camera, you want something separate from your phone. And yes, you can use your phone, and yes, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a bit like me and you want something that's separate from your phone, not getting binged by social media or WhatsApp or whatever, it is nice to have a camera that is separate. And something like the Canon R50 is a great place to start. And I would highly recommend that. It's a nice, easy record button, photo button, both on the top. And what's really not nice about this is you can just knock it into video mode and literally just press record and off you go. That's what I really like about these particular cameras, which is really nice about the Canon R50. And the fact it's actually been sort of unofficially replaced, or more, there's a creator's version of this camera, the Canon R50v, which I'll get to in a moment. Because that is out, this means you'll get some great deals on the R50 now, and you can get one of these for sort of about £400 or £500 or dollars, which is a great bargain, and just shows you don't have to spend thousands for a great camera. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But before we carry on, half of all our video is audio, and in these particular cameras, they do have some nice internal microphones, which is perfectly fine for recording your video, especially indoors. But if you want to improve your audio, you want to record outside, maybe it's a bit windy, I would always recommend either a shotgun microphone to attach to the top of these, or a wireless microphone like the Mic 2 like I'm using today. And that's something to bear in mind when using your camera. And basically, I always like to go for things that are easy, point and shoot, and off they go. What's really nice about these mirrorless cameras from Canon is you just point and shoot, press record, and it usually does the heavy lifting for you. And, you know, if you want to get a bit more professional, you can play around with the shutter speed and the ISO. And also, you can play around with lighting. Like today, I've got a floodlight, which is sort of shining in this space here now, here in the studio. I have a little mini red light in the background to make this sort of background look a bit more interesting, and play around with that sort of thing. If it's daylight, you can film near a window. There's lots of things you can do with lighting. But the reason I'm sort of sharing that with you, obviously, is just give you some of the things to think about. And bear in mind that these lenses are really good at picking up even in low light. But if you just want to make basically video more easier for your camera, if you can produce like a good light from a floodlight or outside light, or just get the camera in the right position, the camera will do most of the work for you, making your videos look more professional. So that's just something to bear in mind. And yes, you can use the lights around your house, but they don't tend to give off as natural light as, say, a floodlight, you know, a studio light, that sort of thing. So that's something to bear in mind. Before we carry on, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. This live stream is brought to you by StreamYard. Not a sponsor, but there is the link in the description where you get a special deal on StreamYard today, so go and check it out in the description below. And all the cameras I talk about, you'll be able to buy them in my description below. So go and click on the link to buy the camera that you like the look of, or there is a link straight to Amazon where you can buy anything, even if it's a pencil, and you can go and buy that. And all that helps the channel and supports everything we do here. Also, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee, where you can read my blog, read about what's been going on in the background, or you can just sponsor us, if you will, by buying us a coffee, and that again supports everything we do here on the channel. Now, one more thing I want to say about the Canon R50v, Canon R50 even, is just bear in mind, I know I've already said, I'm going to say it again, because it's been replaced sort of by the Canon R50v, it means you'll get a great price for this camera for £400-500 or dollars. So go and check it out, tap on the link and buy the Canon R50. If you've already got one of these, put in the comments below or the live chat what you think of this camera. Just being intrigued to see what you have to say about it. Now, as I mentioned it a few times, I forgot to get some water, which was a bit silly, but I want to carry on best I can. This is the beautiful, let's have a look at this now, the Canon R50v, which is technically the replacement sort of for the R50, but just bear in mind, this camera is very much designed for content creation, and I just want to do something which I didn't do on the other camera, because I can't do on every camera, it would be all night, but I love, let's see if we can do it, I love just taking off the lens. Look at that, you can see that beautiful sensor there. I used to love doing that. My granddad used to like seeing the sensor when he used to watch my videos, and I love the satisfying lens noise that the camera makes when you put the lens back on. Hey, I love that noise. I don't know why, it's just satisfying. It's like, I don't know, popping a cork on a wine bottle or something. I don't know, it's just really cool. I'm going to take the lens cap off this then. I'm just going to slide down a little bit because my voice is going. And this comes with a 14-30mm kit lens, which comes with the R50v. Really nice wide angle shot, which is really nice for like shots like you'll see now. Takes that really nice wide angle shot, great for video. The R50v takes really nice photos as well, like the R50. It is actually similar to the R50, but it just has a few more features. It does everything better. It is about £200 more expensive. So you get one of these now for about £600-700, and you can get different lenses with this. This is what I love about these mirrorless cameras. It really is down to your creativity. You can literally just go with the body and the kit lens and off you go, or you can upgrade with different lenses depending on your needs. And you know, I have been asked quite a lot, what is the best lens? Well, it depends on your situation. So I would start with the kit lens and take it from there. And you can always get sort of a more focused lens or an even wider lens, depending on your needs. Now, again, this is a 24.2 megapixel camera, records in HD and in 4K. This is actually very special because it actually records in it can record in 10-bit, which basically means it's much more professional video and photography photos. So when you come to edit, you can do a much more color grading and stuff like that, and the quality is even higher. Now, and if you don't have the fastest computer or laptop in the world, I would highly recommend just downgrading it to 8-bit, so it just makes it easier to capture. That's what I've had to do. But if you've got someone, if you've got like top of the range laptop or top of the range computer, you won't have to worry about that. And basically just means you can take your videos and photography to the next level and do even more with your content, which is really nice. What's really nice about this, has a record button on the top, record button on the front, so when the camera is sat on a tripod, it's facing you, you can just tap the record button, off you go, which is really nice. And all these sort of audio jacks, everything's on the side like on the R50. And it's just a really nice all-round camera, really nice internal microphone, though you can upgrade it again with a specialized shotgun microphone. I would get like a Rode shotgun mic or a Mic 2 wireless mic like I'm using today. And just bear in mind, with that nice little touch screen, you can see everything you're doing. All these Canon cameras have really intuitive touch screens, very intuitive user-friendly menus, which just makes video and photography so much easier, which is just really nice. Smash like if you're getting value, and why not subscribe if you're getting value from today's show, because here at TVR Creators, we like to give value. But the Canon R50v is just a really nice camera. It feels professional. Okay, it's more expensive, but it just feels and looks really nice. It's just a really nice all-round camera, and it really just takes your video to the next level. So if you want something that really takes your video to the next level, feels and looks really professional, but still doesn't cost thousands and thousands, because obviously you can spend thousands of dollars. And I just want to show again that you don't have to spend that much to get the best camera quality that you get for your money. Now, a few little things I'd think about when getting any camera, or even if you're using your phone, you might want to check out. I got asked the other day, I think it was yesterday at the time of this video, what tripod. So get a nice tripod. You can get one for about £27 or dollars. I'm using one. If you're interested, I can share the link in the comments below, which is really nice. I always say a tripod is a creator's best friend. Usually get one that's about eye level. Mine's like a 72-inch high, so it goes quite high. So when I'm standing up, I can make the camera a bit higher than me, that sort of thing. It also comes with like a selfie stick, which comes off it, which is really nifty. But you can get a very cheap one for £10, £15 or less, or dollars. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just tend to find when I'm using my more expensive cameras, I just like to use more heavy duty tripod in case it's windy and stuff like that. But again, it doesn't really matter. It gets the job done. Very occasionally, I will just stick cameras on a table and just extend the table and stuff like that. You know, it's all these little cool little things, which will take me to my next camera in a moment. I want to see if there's any value coming through, which is really cool. And I'm just seeing if there's any live chats going on in the comments. Now, before we carry on, I just want to talk briefly about the camera that I'm using today. Sadly, I can't actually show you without getting a mirror. Maybe I should do that, or maybe get a broken one to show you as like a toy, if you will. But I'm using the DJI Pocket 3, and for those of you out there, you may know it's really popular now with a lot of creators here on YouTube, and loads of people using them for lots of different reasons, which I will explain. At the moment, I'm using the DJI Pocket 3, and I couldn't do it last time because it locked up or went funny because I didn't set it up right. But basically, what's really nice about these sort of cameras, very intuitively, you can use them as a webcam like I am now, and they produce some really nice quality, and that's just down to the software that you use. But you can record up to HD and 4K. You can record normal video in HD and 4K, up to 120 frames per second in slow motion, has lots of different settings. And as you can tell, has a really nice wide angle shot, which is really nice for video. So when you're outside, you can see lots of things in the background and that sort of thing. And what's really nice, you can just tap your face and it will auto detect your face and follow you around. That comes to my favorite part of this camera, which is a little movable gimbal, which, you know, it's got like a little movable camera. And as you can see, and you can probably hear my voices going, but as you can see, the camera just follows you around, which is really nice. It's like having your own cameraman, which is really cool. I love that feature, and it's one of the things I love about this camera. And if you for next, you can get one of these for about £400 of dollars, which what you think the quality that it does. It also takes some really nice photos. And sometimes if I haven't got my phone, or no, my phone isn't particularly great, but if I haven't got one of my other cameras on me, or if I'm out and about, it takes really nice photos. So it's a very good way of taking a quick thumbnail with the same camera, and it produces some really high quality photos. And get one at the DJI Pocket 3 for around £400 or dollars, which I think is a great price for the video quality that it produces. And for an extra £100, you can get the Creators Combo. And that comes with basically this nice little bag. It comes with a sort of a protection, what do you call it, like a grip for the camera to protect the camera a bit, because it is a little bit fragile. It also comes with this little micro tripod, which I don't even know if you can see that on the camera. They can just about see that, and you can sort of screw it to the bottom. And what's really cool about this, I've sort of put this on like sandwich, what do you call, picnic benches on the floor. And what's really cool about that, you can set it up and get a nice shot of you walking past the camera. It looks more really like nice professional shot, that sort of thing. And because of the gimbal, it follow you around, so it's like you've got your own little cameraman, which is, you know, it's just really nifty. It has different gadgets, extenders. One of them is an extra battery, so it makes your battery last quite long. And I have found actually the DJI, the battery lasts quite a while. I can make multiple videos with the DJI Pocket 3 and the battery's still going, which is really nice. And it has like the mic 2, which will come with it. It comes with a little windbreak on the top. So if you're recording outside, it's windy, you might want that. Just bear in mind, the DJI does actually have 3 internal microphones, which is, it just produces quite nice audio. But if you want to upgrade the audio, I would definitely recommend the mic 2. And it does have a nice easy record button facing you, a little joystick so you can move the camera around. If you double tap, I won't do it now because you'll see my bedroom, it's a bit messy in a minute. But if you double tap the joystick, the camera will automatically turn around and you can make it face you or face in front, away from you, and that sort of thing. And it's just really cool. And you basically attach the camera on like top of one of these little gadgets, screw on the tripod or screw it onto a proper tripod. And the DJI, you know, it's just all these different, and what makes it really cool is because of all these different gadgets, it even comes with a little magnet you can put under your top or whatever you're wearing, jumper, and you can attach a microphone that way instead of gripping it on like I have done today. And that's just down to personal preference. I've done either the grip of the microphone or Sometimes I will literally use the magnet if I want to do that. And also bear in mind, you can actually record the audio on your mic too, and you can stand quite a distance away from the camera and it still produce really nice audio. And the fact it records the audio as well. So for whatever reason, if you go out of sync or if you just want to see which has produced better audio, you have that also saved on the microphone. So there's loads you could do with the DJI Pocket 3, and it's so versatile. And I think that's why so many creators love the DJI Pocket 3. Absolutely brilliant camera. If you get value from the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators. If that sounds interesting to you, like and subscribe, and go and check out my blog over at buymeacoffee.com. The link to that is in the description below, and buy us a coffee to support everything we do here on the channel. Excuse me, my voice is going because I'm talking too much, but the next camera I want to talk about today, to see if there's anything in the green room that I want to share with you today, is the GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero 13. Absolutely brilliant camera. I absolutely love the GoPros for a very different reason again. So if you want a camera that's small, agile, feels robust, if you drop it a few times, it won't break, and you want something that's waterproof because perhaps you want to scuba dive or jump in the water and go on a holiday, the GoPro is an absolutely brilliant camera. Because my favorite feature of the GoPro is, say if something happens and you don't want to miss a shot, you can press record even when the camera's off and it'll automatically start recording, which is really cool. And you may have seen one of my recent videos at the time of this video, I shared like a really nice video that I took the GoPro of Rosie running around on the beach, which was one of those examples. I quickly just pressed record and off it went. And what's really cool about these, you can get loads of cool accessories for this particular camera. You can get like mini tripods and grips and other cases, so you can dip the camera in even deeper waters and all sorts of different things. You can even attach different lenses to it. The front of the camera has a really nice internal microphone, which just produces pretty good audio, to be fair. And it also has a front-facing screen, so you can see what you're recording, which is really handy if you're on the back of a motorbike in India and you want to see yourself as you're going, hello! And, you know, so for bloggers and stuff like that, Rosie's wondering what the hell's going on. I'm here. And it's just a really good camera. If you like blogging around the world or just blogging out and about, and you want something that's just robust and agile and efficient and all the rest of it. And you can get some really nice bundles now. I think I've actually got a bundles sort of set that I've left a link to. So go and check it out, that in the description below. Like I said, all the cameras I'm talking about today, there will be a link in the description below, so go and check them out. But if you want something, if this could be the camera for you, so if you want a camera that's just, you know, just easy to use and you can just press record and the batteries last on these. Now, one little power tip I'd also recommend, make sure you've got like something like an extreme SD card for like the mirrorless cameras, and you'll need a micro SD card for like the DJI Pocket 3 or the GoPro, which basically just means that tiny one that you would stick in your phone. But I love this camera. It's great. I wish I used it more. So I need to use this camera even more. I've used it on a couple of holidays now, some sort of day trip things, stuff like that. Made quite a few videos with this camera, but I just want to talk about it more because it is a really nice camera that we don't talk about enough on this channel. If you've got any questions about any of these cameras, I'll do my best to answer them. And now the next camera I'm going to share with you guys, as I desperately need a drink. You know, even at the time of this video, the one that all these cameras that I've talked about today and I have links for and all the rest of it, go and check them out after this video, are all fantastic cameras and probably all better than the one I'm about to talk about. But for this, for me, the Canon R50, this is actually the Mark II version, is still one of my favorite, if not my favorite camera of all time. The actual favorite is under there somewhere, the Mark I, but they're pretty much the same. That's black, this is white. And the Canon R50 for me is my favorite camera of all time. Why? Because it's light, it's agile, it's a bit smaller. It has a nice viewfinder for taking photos. It still has a very nice, oh, I don't want to break that. It still has a very nice touch screen that I've probably just broken, which is really nice to see what you're doing when you're recording yourself and then look at the lens while you're recording. It has a microphone jack, so you can attach a microphone to this camera. You can attach a shotgun mic on the top. Interchangeable lenses. It has a 15-45mm kit lens, which is still perfectly fine for the time of the video. It doesn't have as many lenses for it now as some of the more newer cameras, but it does have a few lenses. and plenty for this camera, so perfectly fine for what you might need. And okay, it does record in 4K, but not as well as the other cameras, but it does do that with a bit of a crop. But you know what, I don't know, the Canon R50 just holds a special place in my heart. It takes some really nice photos. I still occasionally use it for that. This used to be my main camera for quite a while, and the Mark 1 of the M50 was my main camera for about 4 or 5 years, and it was just a brilliant workhorse, week in, week out. It was just so easy to use. Just stick on the tripod, point and shoot, press record, off I went. And that's what I love, because for those of you that don't already know, I come from a background of point and shoot camcorders, so I've always liked cameras that are just easy to use, press record, and you don't have to spend ages working them out and all that jazz. And this is why I love the M50. Let's just have a nice little close-up of that camera. Look at that, absolutely beautiful there. Look. I absolutely love the M50. It's an absolutely brilliant camera, and it really is one that's close to my heart. I absolutely love the M50. It's just a brilliant camera. So some of the things you might want to think about when you're thinking, which one do I get? Well, I would just go with the, think about how much you want to spend. You don't have to spend the earth, as we've proven today. You can get one of those ones now for sort of probably about £300-400 or dollars. And if you want something that's small and agile, has lots of features, lots of accessories, and has like its own microphone and own gimbal and the rest of it, you'll go with the DJI Pocket 3. If you want something that's just simple, goes on a tripod, point shoot, takes great photos, really nice video, you might want to check out the R50 or the R50v. But if you want something when you're out and about, maybe you're outside a lot, you want something that's small, waterproof, and you want to take on your holiday adventure, or maybe you're a blogger, then I would then recommend the GoPro. So I think there really is something here for everyone today, and I really hope you've got value from today's video. In a moment, I'll leave you with 2 end cards which can bring you even more value. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to ask your questions or to share your stories about the camera that you're using, why this particular camera is your favorite. I'll just be really intrigued to learn about your adventures. Thank you so much again. Rosie says thank you, even though she's gone to sleep. She's bored me talking, and I'm going to go and get a drink now. So thank you again. See you in the next video. Why? Let's do it together, guys. You guys rock.